Alright. Okay, guys, yes, we are here. It's a little bit early. Yeah, we're about 3 minutes early, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and get started a little bit here, making sure that everything's set up. So, if you guys are tuning in, thank you very much for joining us again here tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear us and everything is sounding just fine. So, let's take a look at a couple of things. There's one thing I got to do first off, because I want to show you guys some things I've been working on. Something I think you guys will be very, very interested in. So, 1 second. So here we go. That needs to go away. And I need to bring up this guy here. So hold on 1 second. There we go. So at any point in time, guys, if you have any questions, please start asking them immediately. Tonight's broadcast may be a little bit short, since it was kind of pushed out there at the very last moment. I do apologize for that, although we talked about it on this past Sunday that we're going to have this guy going on. So, let's see. Hopefully this camera will add. Yes. Okay, there we go. So, just a couple of things to line up for today, because we've got quite a few things that we're going to be covering. Alright, first off, we have been receiving quite a few things from China and from other places around the world, from our suppliers around the world, even here locally, and things are looking pretty good. Things are looking actually pretty good and up right now. That's the first good news. But the only problem is that we're running out of space because of everything that's coming in is taking up so much space that, as you can see right here, horizontal space is currently at a premium, including the floor now. But we do have some relief in sight. And the good news is that we'll be moving into a much larger building very soon. The locks are on the doors now. Everything is good. Yep. Thank you very much. And so things are, we've been over the building. It needs a little bit of cleanup, but besides that, we're going to start moving in very, very rapidly and start moving to producing as many units as possible over the next couple of weeks. A couple of things that are going to be happening this weekend, just so everybody knows. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, Davo, or Lord Davo, as he is known here, will be going up to Washington, D.C., and he will be there during the, I believe there's a Smithsonian conference, or I can't remember the name of the event that's going up there. I will be putting that into a Kickstarter update, so that everybody knows. He'll be coming up there with a system and some of the new stuff as well, along with a couple of engines for that particular show. So if you're in the area, please come by. He's going to be over by HYREL has its own booth in somewhat of a high traffic area, which is great in the recharge area of this particular conference. So that information I'll also be putting up on our Kickstarter updates as well. So if you guys don't already know, go to the Kickstarter updates page, and you'll see it should be the very first one that you see. So it's the very last one, which is the very first one you'll see there. I have also, in the meantime, actually, before I get into that, we have another gentleman who is here who's been helping us out with videos. There's, I've been told I've been too much of a perfectionist when it comes to the videos, and they are absolutely correct. So we've handed this off a little bit to a gentleman who has coming in, and he's been helping out with some videos along with some other stuff. So those first videos, I believe, should be either up online or will be going up online tomorrow. So that for those people who are looking for an unboxing video, he and Davo have been working together to pull that together. When it comes to some of the smaller tweaks, when it comes to printing, those will be put together over the next couple of days. Now, let me get back to this weekend. This weekend, I will be not here in the United States. I'll be traveling out overseas, well, over a small pond, and to do a couple of things. Most specifically, I'm going to be going down to, if you guys are there, I'm going to be going down to the Dominican Republic, but it's not for a vacation. It is not for a vacation. This is, even though it may seem like one, it is not for a vacation. I will be doing an install for a couple of customers down in the Dominican Republic. So if you are in the area of Santo Domingo, I will be there and be more than happy to answer any kind of questions you guys have, obviously. So, but obviously if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, you might want to come out and say hello to Davo, and there's a good possibility that Carl may be going as well. We haven't quite firmed up the plans as to what he's going to be doing at this point in time. So that's what is going to be happening this weekend. And that's also the reason why we're doing the broadcast tonight on this Wednesday night. We wanted to let you guys know what our plans are, so that this coming Sunday, if you guys wanted to know why there wasn't a live broadcast, it's because we're doing one here. And then on the following Wednesday, we're going to be doing it again, hopefully at the new building. So rather than having roughly about 500 square feet worth of space to work in, we're looking forward to having almost 13,000 square feet available to us to start working in. So, which is great because we're growing, and it's a very, very, very good thing. Let's see. JMC Ballin asks, has the queue list been updated? As I tried open list and wouldn't open. Not sure where I stand on the list for shipments. It's a good question. I did not realize that it was down. Although I have been noticing that we've been getting quite a bit of traffic from certain companies who are looking to find out more information about that kind of stuff. For those people who don't know, on our website at HYREL3D.com, underneath the Kickstarter tab, you'll see the queue for orders. That is what we're telling everybody when it comes to Kickstarters. That has not been updated in a while, and I do apologize for that. We've been getting some people in here and training them up on getting them to start handling those particular admin tasks, since it's just one thing too many for Carl, Davo, and I to do it all on our own. There's limitations to people, and typically it starts and ends with sleep. So that's where we are. So I apologize, JMC Vallon, if you were looking for that. It's just that it hasn't been updated in a while, and it's because we've been working on getting these things up and ready and getting them out the door. Okay, so great question though. For those people who want to know about production, we were able to kick out a few more units this past week. Actually, one more this past week, and we have what we feel to be the LCD issue solved. So those people who are out there who are currently having LCD issues, please contact us. Let's set up something in lieu of getting you guys back up and running. We feel that what we have right now is the best solution for your LCD issues, and that goes with the LCD and the touch panel as well. So we've been racking our brains on this quite a bit, and I was able to finally get a couple of things fixed and solved on those particular panels. Also, Spencer, if you're watching, thank you very much for your help on getting those particular images up and running as well. So thank you, sir. All right. Besides the LCDs that are just looking spectacular, and you know what? In fact, let me show you guys something. Well, once after. Yeah, hold on one second. Here we go. So over in that corner, you'll see the new screen, right there. So, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's looking good over there. So,
actually,
the new screen
show them the videos. That's in the videos.
Oh, are the videos posted?
They are posted. They're
awesome.
On the HYREL
all right.
YouTube channel right now.
Excellent. So
3 new videos were added today.
Excellent.
Thank you,
right.
Seth.
Yes, thank you very much, Seth. Okay. Here we go.
We hired a new person whose job is nothing but to make training video stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he is working every day solely for the purpose of documenting how to use the printer. I'm happy to report in just 2 days we've gotten 3 videos.
Yeah.
They, of course, can't compete with what Hutch can do, but the basics are the basics, and we need them.
Yeah. I'm going to show you guys one more thing before I turn it over to Carl. Something I've been working on little by little. So those people who have been working on their own slicer recipes, you might want to see this. So here we go. So you'll see that I have a total of 9 little guys here, and I have been working on getting and dialing in the slicer. So this is the very first test, and then this is the very last test, as you can see right here. Now, each one of these particular tests, I'm going to go over the very first one. This is with the newest, with the newest recipes that I pushed out there a while ago. And as you can see, as you get closer and closer to the very edge, it didn't work out so well. So thank you to Mr. Redwine if you're out there for pushing this, and also thank you to Les Music if you're watching for pushing me through, getting, and inspiring me to do these particular test suites. So as you can see, as we get closer and closer and closer to the very top, it didn't print off so well. So I changed a couple of things, and so this is the very first one, this is the very second one, and as you can see, it got a lot better, but it did not quite make it all the way there. So progression, test, and so this is the last one that I did today to test out a couple of things, and right now it's coming out actually quite nice. So this was printed, each one of these guys was printed at 200 microns, and this is just a simple piece and part. They are very close to being near net shape, as in like whatever was called out in the model is what you're going to be getting when it comes to the actual size of each individual side here. So each one of these guys, as you can see right here, thank you, Les. Each one of these particular guys that you see right here is basically 10 by 10 millimeters, and then each individual step up is just 1 millimeter less, all the way going up to 1 millimeter at the very top, and it turned out quite nice. So as you guys can see there, plus the top part looks really nice and shiny. So dialing this in and being given feedback from Les and from Charles, you guys have made this happen. So thank you very, very, very much for your feedback. So as you can see, these are quite small, but going from the very worst to the best that we've done so far, so you guys can see right here, makes a huge difference. So the machine is capable of going even better, and at least in my mind, printing even better than this. But this is the power of the slicer setting. So this is what is currently out there that I've been pushing out, is by far the best I've been able to do. This is the newest one. I'll be getting with Davo to try and see if I can push out these guys as best as possible, so you can see the difference between the 200 micron with no support here versus the 200 micron with no support here that worked inside a slicer. So just a few tweaks, and especially when it comes to cooling and when it comes to speed, and you can get yourself some pretty nice prints. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you guys, and setting up these particular test suites. This is not only the only one that I've been doing. I've been doing a few more that have been working out quite well. So, it's half price for Hi Miller. Thank you very much. Hi Powers USA. How are you guys doing? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I have a few more wrinkles. I got a few more gray hairs, but you know what? That just means you're more distinguished. You have a little more experience. And and everybody knows where experience comes from. It comes from bad judgment, and good judgment comes from experience. So, let's see. James E. Ballin, we really need people to assemble the printers. Yes. How long of a delay do you expect into moving in the new facility? I ask this because it sounds like to me you'll be focused on fixing existing printers with replacement displays and traveling on your other company business. Actually, all the traveling is for, thankfully, it is actually for the printers. So we've got a couple backers who are out there. When it comes to the displays, we'll be handling them as best as possible on a case-by-case basis. Great question. And but we will be, just to let you know, I know this sounds crazy, but if you guys remember on the YouTube video of me walking around the shop introducing you to what we have here, we actually put this entire shop in here in a miraculous 3 days. It only took us 3 days from this place, which didn't even have, like, these walls that are behind me, along with all the electrical, all the way, like, this entire area here was just completely gutted when we first got here. We put up the walls, we put up the drywall, we put up the sheetrock, we put up we even put the anchor points into the actual foundation of the building. A couple of different things, putting the stock room, putting in, even moving in even the heavy equipment. In 3 days. It was crazy. It was awesome, but at the same time, it was crazy. We already had it laid out like where we wanted everything, and we just went from one thing to the next. We're going to take a little bit more time with the building because there's a few other tweaks that we're having to do to the building in order to get it right where we want it to be. So I would say it's probably going to take 4 days, 4 to 5 days. Just throwing a number out there, not to hold us to it, but I would say 4 to 5 days for us to get the plumbing and a little bit more of the electrical stuff done because of how large the building is, and from there we should be able to start moving some stuff in. At that point in time, you will see us start to grow. We already have a couple of people who we hired on to handle a lot of the other types of business kind of stuff. We've also been hiring and looking into hiring more and more people to do assembly work along with some of the regular R&D and a couple of other things as well. Admin has been the bane of my existence, doing the admin work. So it's, one hat, this hat, that hat. Same thing with Davo. Davo, if you're watching, you've been doing a fantastic job with the customers and also letting people know what's been going on. He's been really pushing that out there quite a bit and helping out with that. So along with coming in here, we're doing production, we're doing printing, we're doing testing, as you guys can see when it comes to the parts and getting everything dialed in and tweaked. And more than anything else, you guys have been absolutely wonderful giving us feedback on, meaning those who've already received their printers have been giving us feedback on the things that work, the things that haven't been working, certain particular bugs that we've been finding with some bits and pieces of the hardware that we've been able to fix, and we've been able to move forward. So we know there's going to be a little more growing pains, especially with the printers as they are today, and we think that's appropriate, and we think that's the right thing to, because we're not sure as to how rough people are going to be on these machines. We do have a couple of people who are going to be working with here who are 15, 16 years old. I think we've already talked about Curry a couple of times, and he's had a couple of friends who've come by here too, who are 15, 16, 17 years old, who are in high school, who are looking to do like a couple of internship kind of things, but at the same time, they're going to provide us feedback on how somebody would be approaching this machine and these machines from a different kind of angle, which is, I've never used this machine before, I want to know how to use it, how do I do this? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those types of people who are to come in and say those types of things, as well as the backers. You guys have been fantastic in giving us feedback, but at the same time, your experience precludes some of the stuff that just kind of goes like, oh yeah, of course we shouldn't have put a screw there, or oh yeah, of course we should have just done this instead of making it so complicated. So they've helped us get that to work just fine. So. But when it comes to moving into the new facility, we are looking to push out 10 units. Starting off, we're looking at 5 to 10 units per week, and we're going to be ramping that up very quickly. I know that we can start pushing out. I'm going to hold back that number. Just know that we'll be able to satisfy everyone faster and with better stuff moving forward very, very soon. And half price for High Miller. You know what? If that turns true, I'm going to be just fine with that. So, anywho. So, Lynn 9. Sorry to change the subject a bit, but I can't stay much longer. Is there any listing on the extra heads and emo and add-ons? Could someone maybe add a column to the queue sheet for Kickstarters? Interesting. Okay. Those are for the new emos and the new Mark 1s.
Monday morning we have a new person starting. We mentioned them a couple weeks ago. Aldea is her name. She's seems like a really sharp cookie, and she will be in charge of keeping all of the order status live and up to date. And the truth is we're just overwhelmed. So it seems that 80, 90, 100 hours a week is just not enough time. So we realize that, and now that we're moving to the new building, we have a place for new people, and we're looking forward to having reports for ourselves so we know what kind of hole we've dug in, and reports for everybody else so they know where they're at in that hole. So
Yes.
um, that's what's going on. So maybe we'll even introduce her on one of the next couple broadcasts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if, of course, she wants to. So.
She can wear a paper bag. It's up to her. The unknown accountant. She really is coming in kind of as an operations manager person as far as the workflow goes. So when an order is taken, she logs it in, makes sure that all the accounting side of it's done. She does production scheduling, and then because of that, she's ideal for keeping everybody up to date on how it's going. And so we're working towards that goal. I'm hoping that I give her a week or two to get things oriented, but 2 to 3 weeks from now, we should have live on all the orders. So we're on a race. Anyway,
Good question.
well, I love what you're saying here. I was just thinking, I was out in the machine shop there, that one of the things that we don't currently track very well, and that is things we owe people. So, like I owe something to John Richardson, and something to Ken Rosinski, and something to David Kibble.
Yep.
So I'm working from my noodle, which is very limited. So, of course, I have written down the list, but it tends to be forgotten by the production side of things. And so that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing, is having a person whose whole goal in life is to keep track of everything. Sounds terrible, but that's why there's referees when you play sports. Someone's got to keep track of the score. Anyway.
Let's see. Half price for HYREL. That which burns twice as bright burns half as long. You're not a candle, more like a handful of flash powder so far. And as Carl says, just continue to load the gun. So.
There you go. You know what? Feeling pretty good. I've finally recovered 60% from my China trip, just in time to make another one in 2 weeks. But the good thing is that the parts are arriving there, and we're ready to actually fill all existing orders on the engines.
Yep.
And we've made a new design which really makes making the engines and the systems pretty darn slick. Also, I think we're very, very happy with Windows 7. What do you think?
Windows 7 has been a godsend.
Yeah, you can even see the text now. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll be moving. We just received 30 licenses today.
Yep.
We're hoping they're not counterfeit. They look real. They taste real. They were certified, but we paid a reasonable price for them. But I'm always a skeptic when I'm buying software in bulk. So
it's good to be a skeptic. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, no one has a hotline you can call. They can't get it to you. So anyway, I won't say who that someone should be, but
just leave it at that. Okay, Lynn 9 says, Carl, great problem to have, as it beats no orders. I understand and emphasize on sleep time. Who needs who needs that? However, would be useful if, as I don't remember off the top of my head what extras I have even ordered. Lynn, if you send us an email at hyrel3d@gmail.com, and I'll type it in here, we will get back to you and let you know what it is that you sent. So, or what it is that you ordered. I'm sorry, what it is you ordered, so that we can, and we'll send it to you. I'm getting garbled. Sorry about that.
Yeah, actually, we do have the orders currently up to 3 or 4 days ago live. What came in the last couple of days, we got a few purchase orders, and I'm not sure if they got logged or not. As that,
Not yet.
Davo is definitely working around the corner. He's got a major show coming up. We didn't even realize we were getting ourselves into. This was a very good show, an incredible show, and we didn't know it till today. I mean, we were all signed up for it. We were just figuring out, well, maybe we take 100 business cards and 100 brochures, and then we realized maybe 5,000 is the right number. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing to find out, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm actually thinking of going up and spending one of the days with Davo to help him out, if possible.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm also thinking of staying and enjoying the quiet.
Yeah.
So
It's half price for HYREL. Are you plural? Yes. Don't worry. We're